Oh, what's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Dead Funny Podcast. I'm your host, Chris, joined there my co-hosts, Kelsey, JoJo, and James. Back at it again with some more shenanigans. Woot, woot.
We're hoping we have shenanigans. Do you have shenanigans planned?
I don't have anything planned, honestly.
Make a promise you can't keep.
I don't have anything. I don't have anything positive, should I say? I don't have anything positive. I just have negative.
Oh no! Then you're not fucking talking. Let somebody with something positive to say gets to speak. Fuck that noise. There's enough negativity in the world. I don't need to listen to you rant about something for 25 minutes.
That's fair. I just have negativity. That's just me all day. I mean, Xbox
Work on that
today. I guess that's fair. One thing I will point out. When did manufacturer warranties go from a year to like 3 months? Like, when did we get to a point where the people who manufacture their stuff don't even believe that their stuff would make it past 3 months? Like, how? Like, when did we get to that point? I don't understand. Because I remember when I was in retail, everything electronic you bought had manufacturer warranty of 1 year. Covered
this is an Xbox One that you just purchased?
It's an Xbox One controller. I bought the Elite Series 2 controller back in April. You know, $200 controller. Yeah, that fucking badass thing. So I could hook it up wirelessly to my computer and be able to play my computer games with my Xbox controller as well on certain games, obviously. Not every game, for people who think that you can do it with every game, because you can't.
And they're about to come out with a whole new system here in a couple months, and you're mad because they're not going to give you the same warranty they would have when they very first started this thing back several years ago?
The controller's brand new. I'm saying, like, back when I worked retail, it was just that's how it was. They gave you a 1 year warranty on everything. Every company does. Every company does. And apparently now warranties for accessories like controllers and headsets and stuff like that are only 3 months. So
that's what it is.
How can you tell me that a $200 controller should only last 3 months? How does that make sense to anybody? How is that marketable? That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't get, like, if I would have known that that's how short first off, the negativity aspect of this is me just saying fuck GameStop. I don't like GameStop because they don't allow you to purchase their extended warranties online. But it was during COVID, so I couldn't go in store. So I bought this $200 controller, but then they said you cannot buy the warranty. Like, you add the warranty to your cart. I had full intentions on getting the warranty, and it literally would not let me check out, saying you cannot purchase this online.
Okay, now usually, and we have talked about how nice the people at GameStop are, and like how hard they work to stay open during quarantine or like COVID, which there's a whole conversation to have about that. But I'm surprised that you're throwing so much shade. Have you called them and said, "Hey"?
Oh, I did. They told me that I had to take it up with Microsoft for their warranty now because I didn't buy theirs, and I was like, "Yeah, but your store doesn't let you." Yeah, we know.
And well, right, the issue is not with the people who work at a GameStop are not the problem. The problem is some corporate person
for sure
up higher, who you're never going to see or talk to.
Oh
yeah.
It's not the perfectly fine people who work at a GameStop's fault. See, but also, I think part of it is this.
Go ahead,
it's a 3 month thing. It's a scheme, so GameStop and Best Buy can sell you longer warranties. Right. That's why the manufacturer now offers less of a warranty, so Best Buy can get theirs. Kinda.
I guess. I mean, they've always had it.
Which is not. Though. It's not good. I'm just saying, like, that's.
I just wish I knew when the change happened. I don't remember this change ever happening. Now, once again, I've been out of retail for quite a while now, thank God. But I don't remember this change happening, because I remember there was a 1 year warranty on everything, and then it was like, oh yeah. For those of you who don't know, I once upon a time worked fucking the electronics section at a specific store. I won't name I'll name the store because it doesn't fucking exist anymore. Toys R Us. I used to work at fucking Toys R Us before, okay?
I was gonna say, you've told us this several times.
Yeah, I thought I've always kept the name out on recording, but they're not around anymore, so fuck them. I did hear rumors that they're planning on like reopening like a couple brick and mortar stores, and then just like opening one like general hub to ship them all their stuff like out of Mexico. I'm like, all right, I guess that's kind of shitty. I mean, none of their workers got like fucking any kind of severance packages or anything. Like they fuck people over dirty. Like I still knew multiple people that worked there, higher level down to lower level employees, and didn't receive shit. Like and worked to the last day and nothing. So I don't know. Anyways, and yeah, we would sell people, and they would get their 1-year warranty, manufacturer warranty, which came with every new electronic, and then we would offer them our, Toys R Us extended warranty, which would be like another year or 2 years that would cover after the manufacturer warranty wore off. Boom. And now it's completely different. Now it's 3 months. So yeah, and that's all I got from GameStop. So yeah, that I don't know. That's just shitty to me. It's just like whenever they had a pop that came out that I really, really wanted, and I don't really do too many pops. I'm not a big fan of pops. I'm not like crazy with the pops. But there was one that I wanted because it was of a game, and I didn't even know they were making a pop for this. It's a game I played a long time ago that really got me into computer gaming, which was Diablo. And they made one of Tyrael the Archangel, and like he actually stands on his flowing wings and shit. It looks really fucking cool, very detailed. And so I was like, cool, I want that. And they were only going to be sold at GameStop. So I was like, sweet. So I called them, and they're all like, yeah, I mean, they're pre-orders. And I was like, okay, cool. Well, when we're in this whole COVID thing, like, how does the pre-order situation work? Do I just pre-order it vocally and then pay for it whenever I come to pick it up, curbside pickup? And they're like, yeah, no, you got to be in the store to do it. And I was like, okay, cool. So you let people in the store? No. So what are my options? Well, I guess you can go buy it online if you want to. What? This is why you're going out of business. This is why you're going out of business. These are the most shitty answers I've ever gotten from any retail store in my fucking life, and it's crazy. And it's not just this time. It's been multiple times. That's why GameStop's going out of business. Honestly, I'm not really sad.
I have had the exact opposite experience with the GameStop near me, where the guy has been super helpful. He's been really clear about, hey, if you do it this way, this will save you money, and this is totally in the rules and totally allowable. Do you want to do it that way? And I've been like, thank you, dude. And they've been aggressively helpful and trying really hard to meet whatever I came in for and whatever needs I might have. They have found ways of making sure that I knew information I didn't know otherwise to try to help me out. Mm-hmm. And so I feel like you ended up with just the most lackadaisical, no shit's given, don't care about customer service, I'm just here to make my minimum wage and leave kind of person, mm-hmm. where I've been getting people that are just dedicated to making the game experience the best it can possibly be.
Oh, there's one guy at this GameStop that I physically won't even talk to. I literally told him he was an idiot. Straight off the bat. Yeah, I normally don't go that route.
Straight off the bat. You didn't even let him open his mouth. You're just like, you're an idiot.
I walked right in, you're a fucking idiot, sir. You're an idiot. Anyways.
I pre-ordered the Funko Pop.
So, no, it had nothing to do with the pop. You'll understand why I said what I said when I talk about what it was. But Final Fantasy VII Remake, I pre-ordered it, right? And I was going to pre-order it. Also, I pre-ordered it from Square Enix, for those of you who don't know. Most of you do know. I pre-ordered Soldier First Class Edition from Square Enix literally the fucking day they announced that you could buy it. I already have my pre-order. Done. Then I wanted to order it from GameStop, not Soldier First Class, just a regular edition. So one, I could get the regular game case because it was the remake of the original game case. And two, GameStop had their little Shinra tin that they were given, their own little customs. And because I'm a streamer, my plan was that I was going to give the physical copy away as a giveaway. So that way it would kind of work, I can do me a little bit of a monthly thing, whatever. So that was the plan. I walk in and I ask this guy, are you guys still doing pre-orders for Final Fantasy VII Remake? He's like, yeah, of course we are. I was like, sweet. And I was like, and you're doing a little giveaway with it, right? Little Shinra tin? He's like, yeah. I was like, sweet, because that's what I want. And he goes, so have you pre-ordered yet? And I was like, well, yeah, I do. I already got it from Square Enix. Which is weird to me because I asked him if you're still pre-ordering, and then he asked if I already have it pre-ordered. I don't know why he would have asked me that. That flow of conversation doesn't kind of match up for me. But either way, that's not the point. The point is that I was like, well, yeah, I got it ordered from Square Enix. He's like, oh, you're going to want to cancel that. And I was like, well, why would I cancel that? And he's like, well, because you're not going to be able to get it from Square Enix. And I was like, okay. And this was before they actually shut GameStop down up here for the whole COVID thing. He's like, mm-hmm. Yeah, you're not going to be able to get it from Square Enix. And I was like, well, are you guys doing a Soldier First Class edition? No. And I was like, well, then I'm not going to cancel it. He's like, well, I mean, your loss. And I'm like, what do you mean my loss? And I was like, they can't just take my money and take my game. That's not how that works. And he goes, yeah, but you're not going to get it for 8 months due to COVID. And I was like, let me tell you something. You realize that you get the game from Square Enix. It comes to your store, and then you give it to me. What? This doesn't even make sense. I was like, how would I not? I literally live 5 minutes down the road. How is my shipment not going to make it to me? And I made it a day early. And they still didn't have theirs ready. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "I'm telling you, dude. Right now, you need to cancel your pre-order Square Enix. Just pre-order the regular edition from us. He's like, Soldier First Class isn't gonna be that good anyway." And I was like, "Oh, I'm done with you. I'm done.
No.
No, you're on my fucking shit list, buddy. Absolutely. Tell me that. No. I love my Cloud statue. God damn it. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Fuck this guy." And I didn't even need it. Because the fucking, what they didn't show you in the Soldier First Class edition when Square Enix first showed it is that, and this is cool. I'm really happy they did this. Square Enix, I'm not talking shit. Love you forever. Love you long time. It's great. But what they did is that I thought it was going to come in the, what do they call those? The metal case games. What are those?
The tin box or whatever.
Specifically. I don't know. They're called something specifically. I can't remember what it's called because I remember I actually ordered the Deadpool ones in the DVDs from Best Buy, and they're called something specifically, but I can't remember what the name of it is.
Metal case.
Let's say the same word.
You're right. No, there's a word for it, and I'm like,
there's a word for it.
I used to get these all the time.
Yeah, I'm blanking on it too, and I don't know what it is. But basically, I thought the game was going to come in that case, and I was like, well, fuck, I still want the original case as well. But they sent
Steelbook?
Yes, Steelbook. There you go. That's it. Steelbook. Boom.
All of us are staring at computers, gentlemen. All of us.
We are. Yeah. So Steelbook is what it's called. So they sent the Steelbook empty, and then they send the game in its an original case. I was like, fucking, that's awesome. So that way I got both cases, and I didn't need the one from GameStop. But I had already advertised that I was doing the giveaway, so I just went ahead and bought a fucking digital code, so that way I could just give a code to somebody versus mailing them a fucking physical edition of the game. So I still did the free giveaway. I was like, yeah. But yeah, no, it was pretty cool of them to do that, because I remember back whenever I was buying Halo 2's limited edition, it was in a Steelbook, and the game came in that case. So it's like one of those things where it's like some people don't want to open those because, you know, obviously for collectors and shit. I mean, I open mine because I like to display both sides of the case, and it's on my fucking shelf over there with my action figures. But still, looks really good. I'm glad I got the original case as well because I needed that. So
I have a Steelbook within eyesight of me right now. How could I not remember that's what the word was? I'm like, man.
Every time. I didn't even know they were a thing. I just thought that every once in a while a game or a movie would do a collector's edition. It would come in a metal thing. And I was working at this convenience store, which is not out of service, so I'm not going to say their name whatsoever.
Steelbook.
Oh, yeah, you have no fucking excuse.
That's funny. That's good. That's fair. But yeah, I was working at this gas station, and they, my manager at the time, apparently that's what he does. He like buys this Steelbook for every movie and pre-orders it from Best Buy. I didn't even know this was a thing. And I was like, "Are you serious?" He's like, "Yeah." And that's what turned me on to Steelbooks in the first place. So like I said, I had a couple of them as a kid, but I just thought like every once in a while, again, like, "Oh, here's a legendary edition. Here you go. Here's a fucking metal case. You can have that." Like that's what I just thought it was. I thought it was something special, and I didn't know it was like a reoccurrence. So then I was like, well, fuck. So now I've got like the Steelbook to Deadpool 1, Steelbook to Deadpool 2. I don't go too crazy with those. The only two I have. I was thinking like I have this long list. But yeah, those are the only two I have. It's Deadpool 1 and Deadpool 2.
You were really setting yourself up to just go on, and then you're like, shit.
Yeah. I had to cut that off. Nope. Because I don't have that many. And then Final Fantasy Remake now. Yeah.
Did not realize, I mean, my husband's bought a few, so I've seen them, and I'm like, it's always been the AAA titles, and it's not all of our games by any means, but we've got a bunch of them downstairs, and so I was just like, oh, this must be just something with a AAA title, and all of them say something on it, like some kind of special legendary or something like that, so I was like, oh, this must only be part of this super special, like, if you buy the pack that comes with this and this and this and this and this and this extra little book of fan art and all this random shit that ends up on a thing I never look at. I don't have any judgment. I'm just very ignorant. That's what this is right now.
I felt offended. I'm just saying. I felt offended. As you're saying that, I'm just staring over at like the art book from Final Fantasy VII Remake, my Steelbook, the soundtrack. I'm like,
Well, I'm just thinking downstairs. I think we have 2+ of like a Mass Effect art books that the minimum one of them has never been opened. And the rest of I don't know. We never look at them. I don't know why we have them.
Sometimes it's stuff like that used to be like pre-order bonuses too. I've got a bunch of art books around that like, or sometimes I guess it goes on sale and stuff too. I definitely have art books for games like I don't why do I have a Gears of War art book?
Yes. Yes. Yeah. And at least one of them, in fact, more than one, I believe, was when you and my husband and the rest of your friends went out on Black Friday at 4-something in the morning. And by the time I saw him at noon, where he was barely conscious, but doing his best, he's just like, I bought all these art books at half-price books, and they were like 45 cents. And I'm just like, all right.
Welcome back to Scott Talk.
Right?
Yeah. More Scott material today. Sorry, everybody.
No. Yeah. To be fair, like half-price books, yeah, stuff's just, here's a bunch of cheap garbage, and they'll give you $5 for free on Black Friday. So I've absolutely just bought a piece of trash, I would never pay money for, but it's like, I don't actually want to buy anything.
Oh, so now I have this makes sense.
Game Boy game.
Sometimes he's come back just from half-price books only with something for me, and it's been like, oh, hey, here's this game, this movie that you love. And now I'm wondering if it was oh, hey, I have $5, let me go find my wife something to like justify me being out with my friends for 8 hours. Wonder if that's what that was.
Yeah, maybe. The thing is, like, we've been doing this for almost like a decade at this point, and at some point, like, we got all the dumb old stuff we wanted from half-price books. And so now it's just like, oh, well, here's a Xbox 360 game that was kind of mediocre and no one wants, but it's $5, so technically it's free if I get it. So now I have Kingdoms of Amalur or whatever. It's just how it works.
That's been one of my favorite parts, is the very first year that I was with Scott and you guys went out and did this. Like, there was we're hitting here, we're hitting here, we're hitting here, we're hitting here, we're hitting here. And there was a plan. I was like, what are you getting? And he's like, I'm looking for this, I'm looking for this. This person's looking for this, you're looking for this. He had like this whole, everybody had a plan of what they were getting. And then over the years, as you guys have gotten older, like, it's just been like it's a tradition, so we're doing it. Fewer and fewer people are coming. We're not looking for anything. We're just up at 4:30 in the morning because we are. I'm like, this is slowly sounding not like fun anymore.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, still part of it, but like, we don't need to go to Walmart and Target anymore to like the deals are the same half the places anyway at this point. It's like,
yeah.
And a lot of it comes down to like, we're gonna go somewhere so we can get $10 off a game that came out a month ago. Like, it's not as exciting as it used to be, for sure. I don't need to do the buy
Go ahead,
3 games at GameStop. That's I mean, like it used to be every year. Get 2 pre-owned games at GameStop, get 1 free. And so now I have a dozen games, but I haven't played most of them. It's just because if you buy 3 big ass games at once, it's a lot.
You very rarely get through all 3 before a new game comes out that catches your interest more than the old ones, and then it just sits on your shelf. So, out of curiosity, James and Chris, are you guys Black Friday people? Do you guys do Black Friday stuff?
I loved Black Friday before I had to start working Black Friday. That was for me after that. I mean, people are just fucking disgusting and rude and just terrible people. People are just terrible whenever it comes to fucking Black Friday. It's crazy. I remember my first shift, I got called a punk ass bitch within the first 30 minutes of me walking in. It was great. It was great. All because some lady.
Welcome to Thursday.
We had it was a Toys R Us Babies R Us. Yeah, good job. We were Toys R Us Babies R Us.
Shut up.
Side by side, and we had signs all around saying the line starts on the Toys R Us side, the Babies R Us side is closed. And I'm literally we were leaving that door open for employees to come through. So I'm going to go walk through, and then my manager was like, hey, when you clock in, I want you to go watch the door. And then make sure no customers try to sneak in on the Babies R Us side or anything like that while we're getting everything set up. And I was like, yeah, sure. So I walk over there, and I'm just letting employees in. And this lady comes walking up. I guess she thought if she could flirt with me, that was going to get her way in, because she definitely tried to lay heavy on the flirting first. She's like, oh, hey, cutie. She's like, oh, my God, it's so cold out here. And I was like, yeah, it's called fall. Mm-hmm. And
my God. You're having none of her shit.
No, not even. And then she's all like, so you're going to let me come inside just to warm up? And I was like, yeah, do you see that line back there? I literally said just like that. I was like, do you see that line back there? She's like, you punk-ass bitch. And then she started walking away. And I was all like, well, you will be lucky if you get fucking anything if I have anything to say about it.
Wow.
Oh my god! But it was nuts.
Oh my god!
It was nuts.
Out of curiosity, how old was this person?
Oh, she was. I was. Whenever I was working at Toys R Us, I wasn't even 18 yet, and I want to say I was 17, and she was probably like mid to late 30s.
See, it's entitled moments like that where people are like, millennials, which, if you don't know what a millennial is, I am one. They're like, oh yeah, millennials, they're so entitled. And I'm like, I have friends that have worked retail for many, many, many years. The entitled ones are actually the boomers that will do things like call you a punk ass bitch just because you won't break the rules for them. And it's like, what?
I hate the ones that come in and it's always, like you said, the boomer generation. I mean, to make it that kind of podcast, but I guess that's where it's going. Anyways,
yeah,
the boomer generation.
This is today. We're awful.
Right. To be fair, that woman was legally Gen X, given that she was only 20 years older than you.
Fair enough.
It's not a baby boomer.
I retract.
But
well, actually,
my
I have
issue
fewer
is
issues with Gen X.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have plenty of issues with them. They're the ones that like to get the fucking the paper. I'm not trying to put that age out there, but it's out there. They like to get the paper and come in with fucking coupons and don't read fucking fine print. Where it literally lists like, yeah, you can buy one and get one free from these select games, and then they just come in and grab whatever fucking games they want to, versus the ones that are clearly listed in the thing below, and then throw a big fit because they had to drive all the way down there and then demand that I reimburse them for their gas. No, dumbass. No, this is not happening. This is physically.
Wait, somebody asked you to reimburse for their gas?
Multiple times. You know how much gas I had to spend to get all the way down here for you to tell me I can't use this coupon? And like, do you know how long it would have took you this morning to read the rest of the coupon before you saw the buy one get one free? Like, if you would have just kept reading, it would have saved you a lot more time. But that doesn't happen. So yeah, the one thing I will say that was fucked up on Toys R Us side is that they had an online store with their brick and mortar stores, and they ran different sales. That was the dumb part. So there would be people come in all the time trying to get the online sales, and be like, sorry, we can't sell it to you in store. That's not how that works. Because we physically can't ring it up that way. Like, we literally had no way to do that. And people would lose their shit. That one I never felt bad. Or, I'm sorry, I felt bad about. But there's nothing I could do about it. It's kind of like how JoJo said earlier. It's not the GameStop employees. It's the asshole at corporate that doesn't have any fucking, sense whatsoever when they're making these dumbass ideas at these times.
Yeah, right. Very, very rarely is the person you're talking to in any way responsible for the decision that they're actually enforcing.
For sure.
Which... one of my coworkers, she tells this story of a time that her dad was given a fine by a police officer and he had to pay it at this particular bank. And when he went to pay it, he took it all out in pennies, and it was a several $100 fine to he poured the thing on the people that had to count it. And he had to pay it at this particular bank. And so he just pours this thing of pennies on these people. And it's like, and she tells the story with great pride. And she's like, yeah, because he thought that the fine was bullshit. So this is what he did. And it's like, but he didn't stick it in any way to the person who made the fine. Yeah. All he did was ruin two very nice people's day when these are the people that already get enough shit for the decisions that other people are making. Like, he just decided to be an asshole to two people who had nothing to do with it. Like, why do we brag about this story and talk about how we really stuck it to him? Like, all you were the asshole.
Exactly. It's funny, but yeah, you were the asshole. I had a guy that used to try to do that to me all the time, where he tried to come in and buy $10 to $20 worth of gas at the convenience store I worked at, and he would only come in with pennies. And so my way to get him back was, well, I'm not legally allowed to start the pump until I know the full amount is here. So he would have to stand there and wait until I counted it out.
Did it continue after you started that?
After the first 2 times, no. He started using a debit card. But that's how I stuck it back to him. Because he literally just came with this fucking Ziploc bag full of pennies. Like, yeah, there's about $10 in there. I was like, well, about's not going to cut it, so...
God, I mean, I've paid for things with pennies before, but it was in a little Ziploc bag, but it was when I was 8 and I was buying a stick of gum with my allowance, and I was just I'd ridden my bike there, and this was literally all the money that I had, and it was in quarters and one magical dollar bill that I had earned somehow. And so I feel like that's forgivable when I'm 8 and I'm buying something that's $1.40, not $40 worth of gas. What the hell?
It's
presumably this man has other money than those pennies.
Oh, for sure.
And can just save the pennies.
how many of those fucking magic coin star things are like in every goddamn grocery store that you can go and use for free and get a fucking voucher and give it to your bank and then fucking get the money for it? Like, come on, dude.
They took those out of all of the banks near me, and so I have coins that I can't do anything with because I show up at the bank and they're like, we don't do this. And I'm like, great, do you know where any one of those coin things are? And they're like, no, we can't do anything with this. And I'm like, oh, hell. So I have more coins than I know what to do with because I can't find one of those things where you pour it in and it just tells you what you got. And none of the banks have them.
This is not an ad, but you should Google Coinstar. Just look up Coinstar and there's a thing on their website. They'll show you locations of Coinstar machines.
Brilliant.
And if you want cash from those, they take like a percentage cut if you want cash, but you can get like an Amazon gift card and get the full value in that. So I do that all the time.
Genius.
Or GameStop or a million stores on there. Coinstar. Same money.
Thank you.
Coinstar, I'll be waiting for that check. Thank you.
Yeah, it'd be great if you would sponsor us. Also, put your machines back in banks.
Who the fuck gets sponsored by Coinstar? I'm not even sure I would want this.
No one.
We could be the first.
It's all like Coinstar.
Chase used to count coins for you. You take them to the person at the counter and say, "Hello, I have these coins, and I'm a customer here, so make it money for me, or just put it in my account." And then at some point they're like, "We don't do that anymore." And like, fuck off. Why? Why would you make your thing worse? Like, it's just you already have the machine.
As someone who worked retail, I don't care for the people who get all up in customers' faces about like, I don't have to count this. Yes, you do. It's your job. Like, for anybody that's working retail and listens to this stuff, and you're that kind of person, you're terrible. Like, just kind of get it over with. Don't argue with the customer like that. That's the dumbest thing I heard. I see so much of that shit happen where people just be like, I don't want to count it. If you're lazy and you hate your job, get another job. Like that's just plain and simple. But don't take it out on, because to be fair, I have seen some people where like that's all they do have. That literally is all they have. And you're just being a jackass just because you don't want to count the change out. Like, I've literally seen somebody throw a fit at the store that I was working at, and I was the manager, and they literally did it over like $3. And I was like, you can't count up $3 worth of change. And then the worst part is that my store, we literally had these teller machines where they could have easily pulled out a little cup and pushed the change of the light type, all the pennies in one, all the quarters in the other, and then measured it out and told you exactly how much was in it. I was like, you couldn't even do that? $3. You see this guy sleeping outside of our store sometimes. You couldn't fucking count out $3. Like, come on. So, like I said, people who get that entitlement of like, I don't have to count that. Yes, you do. It's legal. It's legal. Ugh, I cannot talk.
Legal tender is the word you're looking for.
Yes, thank you. Legal tender, and you have to count it. I want to hear this. I see that all the time, and it's annoying. Anyways, I'm gonna go on and rant about that. But what I do want to say about the Black Friday thing, so that way then we can let James tell his
yeah, I was gonna say James still hasn't had a chance to talk.
Exactly. So the thing I was gonna say about the Black Friday thing is that there was one year where I was working, and we had some people who I guess called. I don't know. It was all hands on deck, so it was like if you called out, you got fired type deal. So there were people that would still call out anyway, because a lot of Toys R Us was like 5 actual employees and then seasonal help. Like that's the kind of store Toys R Us was. Like, that's just what it was. So, and I was working, I think I worked 17 hours that day, Black Friday. Yeah, 17 hours. So still in this, all right, in this lifetime, haha, like I had multiple. In this part of my life is what I was trying to say. That is still the longest shift that I've ever worked. It was like 17, like,
Yeesh.
50 hours, something like that. It was crazy. It was crazy.
And that's not a good shift.
No,
like, that's a shift of people calling you all kinds of horrible names and being the worst versions of themselves.
But they were nice enough to do like Toys R Us, like the managers went out and bought like Thanksgiving-ish type food and had that just in the back and ready available. So like you could get like a 10-minute break, run back there, fucking fill up on some food, then run back out there onto the floor, And I volunteered for it. Like it was like literally like, we have nobody coming in, we need somebody to work. I was like, fucking, I'm already here, let's just do it. Because usually whenever it's busy like that, time fucking flies. It really does. Like, I didn't feel like I worked a 17-hour shift. I didn't feel like I was there all day. But anyways, and so I'll never forget there was this little old lady, and she was getting like bumped into by carts and shit. People didn't give a fuck. They were like hitting this little old lady and stuff. And like she literally got to the point where like you saw like she just stopped and took a breath. So like I grabbed her and I moved her over to the next to this aisle where I knew like no one could fucking hit her with a cart. And I was like, "What are you here for?" She's like, "Well, I have a couple things on my list." I was like, "Give me your list. I'll go grab it for you." And I literally went and grabbed all the items for her. And then brought them to her, brought her to a different register that was off to the side and just checked her out and just like, all right, go. Like, I was like, people are really running this little old lady over. Like, would we really
That's
not get
awful.
Like, come on, people. Like, fuck. Oh,
hey,
disgusting.
good job being the superhero in that situation. People, do not run over little old ladies in your search for deals, you absolute monsters. All right, I'm done.
It is literally working retail on Black Fridays, made me not want to participate in Black Fridays. Like, I don't want to be that asshole that's like, oh my god, like, I'm just trampling. Like, oh my god, it's just crazy. It's crazy. It's nuts. But anyways, James,
thoughts, please.
We went down a rabbit hole and you got put on the back burner.
Yeah, no. I agree with you. I don't like how people act during Black Fridays. That's why I do all my shopping online during Black Friday.
Sage wisdom. And we're going to end the podcast. Oh, man. I like picking on James when I can. Go ahead.
I never went out and did Black Friday stuff growing up, and then I married into a family that does, and they live in a very populated city, and they were like, "Come, Kelsey, we will bond over shopping," which, FYI, I'm also not a shopping person. I hate shopping. I will go get exactly what I need and I will leave. I hate shopping. So all of the normal female bonding that occurs over shopping is not bonding that I'm a part of. I am not part of those groups. And
now
so
I gotta cancel my weekend plans with Kelsey.
Yeah, I know, right? That was what all 4 of you were planning. All 3 of you. I'm the 4th one. Jesus fucking Christ. Today is my night for
shots can't fucking count.
Yeah, that's the other problem. Guess what my job is, everybody? Counting is in the title. But
you are a count of like as a position of royalty. You are a count.
They offer counting to a county. They offer a county to women. I don't know what the fuck it's called if you're a count. Do you know?
Countess.
I know. Yes,
female count.
Yes, I do know that.
I don't think I've ever heard of a countess. Is that real?
Oh yeah, a countess is a female. Like, yeah.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that. I honestly didn't know that was real or not.
What I'm trying to remember is what they rule over, because like a duke has a duchy.
Oh,
like this is my duchy, and so I'm trying to remember what a count. Can you Google that actually while I tell my story, and let me know what the answer is?
Yes.
So, my in-laws were like, let's go and bond over Black Friday shopping. And so not only do I not like shopping, but I don't like any social activity that has you enter like the herd of cattle where it's just one line and everybody's just shuffle through things, and you just kind of like have to follow the line, and you can't go off anywhere because it's so crowded. Everybody is just in their little cow line, just following this very direct line that has been determined by people before you, and you can't get out of it because the people behind you will run you over. And that is all it was.
One game from Fall Guys, the Find the Real Door game, James. Kelsey would love that. You're like a group of 60 people, and you go running forward, and there's like 5 doors in front of you, and it just keeps going further and further and further back, and only like 1 to possibly 2 doors are actually real. So like whenever you jump through and you find out it's the fake door, when you find the real door, oh my god, getting through that is one hell of a fucking task.
Mm-hmm.
I also want to correct something. Last time we talked about Fall Guys, I said that I didn't like the look of it and I thought it looked terrible. And I want to retract that. There's a game called Human Fall Flat that is dumb as fuck. Yes. That's what I thought. That's what I was actually talking about. I've recently watched gameplay for Fall Guys because I thought it was the same thing. It is not. Fall Guys looks like an incredibly wonderful LARP, and I want to go do it. It looks like fun.
It's not.
It is really, really fun.
It's not. Is that what you said, James?
Yeah.
James gets salty because he gets pissy, and then he tries to fuck you over, and then he just gets himself killed versus actually.
Oh, 100%.
So he gets salty. Anyways, I want everybody to go back to the last podcast and watch where Kelsey's talking about that, because that was literally Kelsey in action. Because right after that, I literally say we should all get together and do a Dead Funny game one night of it. And she's like, oh yeah, that's Kelsey literally just accepting content just to be able to put out content. That's what that was. Because now we know for a fact that she was like, fuck that game. I guarantee you she got off. She's like, yep, not going to enjoy playing that at all. I guarantee that shit.
Well, I was like, maybe it'll be fun with this particular group. Maybe we'll do it differently. Wrong fucking game I was thinking about in the first place, everybody. Yeah. Sorry.
Completely different.
Did you find the answer
it's
for...
county. That's where county comes from.
It is! All right! Neat. Good. Thank you. I've learned a thing.
No problem.
Oh my gosh. That's crazy.
James, have you ever worked retail?
Yeah.
Do you hate it?
Yes.
All right. There we go.
That's fair.
It's a solid answer.
Yeah.
Is there anybody that's worked retail that would say no to that, though?
Like in the world? Probably not.
I normally see it from people where they get out of retail and then they end up getting into like a desk job or something. And then they're so used to the normal hustle and bustle and moving around and all the type that they're like, man, dude, I wish I could go back and kind of like work that like part-time. I'm not one of those people. Fuck that. No, I'm good. I love my desk job. I'm not one of those people. But I could see how other people could kind of like, I mean, to be fair, I've been through a couple of fucking, well, not a couple, but a car accident that fucked up my back. So having a desk job is the best for me at this point in my life. So that way I can, possibly play with my kids and not, need a walker. That'd be great. But
yeah, you might need a walker by 35. Like it's just on the horizon.
Man, you and your kid could have matching walkers.
That's fair.
Oh my god, we could get you one of those little round ones that has the wheels and then has the little springs in it, and you can just like bounce around your house. It'll be great.
Oh. I do want to put one last thing out there. I was going to do this at the beginning of the podcast, but I got sidetracked. Obviously, Hurricane Laura just touched down last night for us. Obviously, I'm not down there in Texas. But just wanted to say that, obviously it's a hard time for a lot of people and stuff like that too. Hopefully, that was as minimal in damage and casualties as possible. I don't think I've gotten like an official update on the numbers or anything like that yet, but it did hit Louisiana very, very hard and the very side of Texas because it almost hit directly on the border. I got a lot of family down south, so they had to bunker down, and I've been in touch with them, and it doesn't seem like they lost internet and stuff. But obviously, I've been through a lot of hurricanes, and I know how hard that shit is, and I know a lot of people look for people to talk about. So if that's something you guys want to talk about in the comments, or even message me privately and talk about it, I've been through at least 8 hurricanes, and I'm more than happy to talk, even if it just helps just a little bit. So feel free to do that as well, because it is a serious situation. I've been through Katrina, Rita, Ivan, Gustav. I've been through a lot. So, yeah, and they suck. It's not a fun situation. It's definitely probably the thing I hated the most about living down south. So, hurricane season does suck. And I know this one was supposed to be a crazy one because both those hurricanes are coming at the same time. Thank God Marco kind of just, evaporated and just left and just did its own thing and didn't actually hit. But Laura did. And I know it damaged a lot of, I believe, Orange County in Texas and somewhere else too. So, yeah. And I haven't even seen pictures of Louisiana yet, so I'm pretty sure that got hurt a lot worse. So, yeah, like I said, I know sometimes it helps to talk about it because me and my friends do sit down and talk about it because it does suck. It's not a fun situation. It's definitely a scary situation. I'm wondering if you have to leave home, where you're going to go. I've done both sides of it. I've stayed and hunkered down, and I've also traveled multiple states to get away. I've done both, and it sucks. So, if you need somebody to reach out, talk to, more than happy to do that. Hit me up in the comment section below, and maybe we can talk on like Twitter or my Twitch or something, even if you want to just vent. I completely understand and been there before. Just wanted to let you know that the option is out there. But other than that, I hope that everybody has a great rest of your week. And we will see you on the next episode of the Dead Funny Podcast. Bye, guys.